Hello and welcome to Yin Yoga, focusing on your hips and low back. We will begin today in child's pose. You can either have your knees together or spread apart, and feel free to either have your arms overhead or down at your sides. Take this time to really tap into your breath, breathing in and out through your nose, allowing your body to sink into the floor. In Yin Yoga, we want to find our edge in our stretches. So you should feel a little bit of sensation, but you never want to feel pain. Once you find your edge, you want to sink and relax into that stretch. We will be doing about 2 to 3 minute holds in each pose today. So really try to commit to holding for the whole period of time that we have dedicated for each pose. If you need to come out or wiggle at any point, feel free to do so. Slowly bring your hands underneath your shoulders and roll up to a seated position. Taking your time, we're going to send our legs out in front of us. Finding our caterpillar or dandasana staff pose. Inhaling for length, flexing those feet up to the sky, and exhaling, folding forward, trying to maintain a flat back for as long as you can until you have to round over. You have the option to take a blanket or a pillow and put it under your knees here for support for your forward fold. You also can take a blanket, pillow, or even a bolster and set it on your lap to help support you in this fold. This is a good way to help you relax into the position a little further. Tapping into your breath here and trying to surrender into the pose. Breathing in what you need and exhaling what you don't need. Slowly start to deepen your breath. This tells the nervous system that a change is coming and will allow you to still remain relaxed even as you transition into a new pose. Bringing your hands underneath your shoulders, slowly work your way back up. Just to find a little counter pose, go ahead and find a seated position. Interlace your fingers behind your back and give yourself a nice little chest opener, opening up your chest and your head to the sky. Maybe give a little wiggle here. Sending your left leg out to the side into a comfortable half straddle, so you don't want the leg to go as far as it can possibly go. And your right foot should be bent in to the inside of your left leg, just above the knee. Inhaling for length here, exhaling and slightly twisting the torso to that left leg, and then folding over. You'll feel a nice stretch in the whole right side of your back. If you want to increase that stretch, you can reach a little further with that right arm. Trying to relax here, you always have the option to put something in your lap to help you not go quite as deep. Wherever you are, try to commit to it for this whole period of time. Emptying your mind of what you have to do with the rest of your day or week, and just being present and sitting with yourself in this stretch and sensation. Begin to deepen your breath. And slowly walk your hands under your shoulders and work your way back up to a seated position. It's totally normal whenever you come out of these deep hold stretches to feel like your body doesn't quite want to move. What that means is that you're actually working super deep into your tissues. You actually are creating long-lasting changes in your muscle fascia. Crossing that left leg on top of your right, flexing both feet to protect your knees, finding our fire log pose. Try to get your foot stacked over top of your knee and exhaling to bend forward. You always can sit on a blanket, bolster, or block here to give a little bit more distance between your sit bones and the floor, and folding forward from there. You also can use a blanket or block and put it underneath your knee on your top leg. It'll give you also a little bit more distance and make the stretch a little bit more comfortable. There also always is the option to put a pillow, bolster, or blanket in your lap. Wherever you are, tapping into your breath, inhaling in what you need, and exhaling what you don't need. Feeling how the muscles change as you hold your stretches and the new sensations that you're feeling as you commit to holding each pose. Start to deepen your breath. Walking your hands in underneath your shoulders, slowly work your way back up to a seated position. Just cross your feet into a comfortable seated position, interlock your hands behind your back, and do a slight chest opener again, just to reverse that stretch we just did. Straightening out your right leg to the side. Again, it doesn't have to be all the way at 180 degrees, but just enough that both its bones are anchored towards the floor, bending in your left leg to touch the inner thigh. Inhaling for length, exhaling, twisting to face that leg, and folding forward. Again, if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch in that side body, extend your left arm out a little further and you'll feel a nice stretch in the side of your rib cage. Relaxing and releasing. Begin to deepen your breath, letting your body know a change is coming. Slowly walk your hands under your shoulders and make your way back up to a seated position. Crossing that right leg on top of your left, finding your fire log pose, flexing the feet and trying to make your foot go on top of your knee. Inhaling for length, exhaling, folding forward. You can always stack 2 fists to help your upper body relax, or folding all the way down to the ground. You also can modify by putting a blanket or pillow or block underneath your sits bones, or in your lap, or even underneath your knee. It is totally normal for one side to feel a little different than the other. Our bodies aren't as symmetrical as we think that they are, so just greet that with a smile and do what you need for each individual side. Stretching to your edge, but not going past it. Begin to deepen your breath. Slowly pushing yourself back up to a seated position. Crossing your legs and making your way onto your belly in whatever way is most comfortable for you. We're going to take a quick Sphinx to counter those poses in our spine. Lying flat on the ground, you'll push into your elbows to do a slight arch and open up your chest. You don't want to feel any compression in your back, so feel your core lift in and up to support you in this stretch. You always have the option to press up to your hands if you would like. Go wherever you feel like you can get a nice relaxation sensation. In yin yoga, we're able to drop into our parasympathetic nervous system. We call this rest and digest. When we're here, our body is able to totally relax, take care of itself, heal more quickly, digest food. It's really important that we give ourselves the time to slow down in our fast-paced world that we live in. Slowly dropping down, back onto your belly. We're going to take a frog pose here, putting your feet together, pressing them towards your center line. Knees go wide, trying to keep your hips on the floor. Your feet may be all the way to the ground or be a little bit higher than mine. It's totally fine. Feel free to rest your head on your hands or even bring a pillow or blanket under your forehead. You can always put a bolster, block, pillow underneath your feet to give it a little more support. Feeling our hips open and press into the ground. Focus in on your breath and feeling your weight in the floor. Slowly start to deepen your breath. We're going to take one more hip opener, staying on our belly. Bring your legs out to 90-degree angles at the knee, flexing your feet, and slowly push your weight back onto your hips. This pose can be pretty intense, so I'm going to offer a few different ways to get into it. You can start on your elbows and knees and slowly work your knees out to the side until your hips won't open anymore. You don't want to push too far, just enough that you feel a little sensation. You can always hold your body up with some props. For example, if you have a bolster, blanket, or a couple blocks, you can put them underneath your belly to help hold your body up so it's not all in your hips and forearms. Add as much padding as you need in order to be able to feel a little sensation, but still be able to relax into this pose. Wherever you are, allow your breath to go right into your hips and feel them open and fall towards the floor. Slowly start to deepen your breath. Bring your legs back together, placing your arms right underneath your shoulders. Bending at your knees, feel your knees come together and your feet go apart, giving yourself a nice little counter stretch with some internal rotation. I like to rock my legs side to side here. Dropping your legs to the floor and slowly making your way into a seated position, not moving too fast so that we can stay in that parasympathetic nervous system. Taking some windshield wipers with our knees, rocking them side to side, feeling internal and external rotation. And then slowly making your way into a ball on your back. Cactusing your arms out at 90-degree angles at your side, drop your knees over to the left, looking over your right shoulder. If you would like a little bit of a deeper twist, cross your right leg over your left and then twist from there. Wherever you are, you want to feel your shoulders anchored into the floor and your knees anchored to the floor in opposition, giving your spine the juiciest twist you can find. Use your core to bring your legs back to center, and we'll take the same thing on the other side. If you crossed your legs, now cross your left leg on top and twist your legs to the right, looking over your left shoulder. Using your core to bring your knees back to your chest, give them a nice squeeze. Feel like you're hugging your body for all of the work it just did for you. And then release into your final Shavasana, feeling your feet spiral open, your shoulders pressing down, your jaw loose, facial muscles relaxed, hands up to the sky for receiving, and your weight dropping into the floor. Closing your eyes and tapping into your breath. Your body is integrating all of the work that you just did into the fibers of your being. I would like to offer up a quote for today's practice by Linda Sparrow. Yoga begins right where I am, not where I was yesterday or where I long to be. Be proud of yourself for the work that you've done today. This is where I leave you for today's practice. Feel free to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you need, really digesting the work that you've done today. Thank you for joining me for today's practice. Namaste.